Well, for the past several months, the team from Take Action Business Coaching has described the many ways that they can help companies, both big and small, improve their way of doing business. Today, we're getting to hear from one of those companies. So joining me right now, we have Coach Pete McDowell, along with George Cleary and Aaron Enfinger with the Cleary Company. So gentlemen, thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, I usually start with you, Pete. I'm not going to today.
Okay.
I'm going to go straight to George. And George, you've been with us on Daytime before talking about the Cleary Company, but for those who may not be familiar, tell us what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, so we're a remodel, design, build contracting firm. So we do everything from the original inspiration of a project through the final brushstrokes of paint on all different types of home remodeling and light commercial.
What do you think sets you apart from other businesses? Because you guys you take a lot of pride in your work, I think, which speaks for itself, but
Right.
What else?
I think what we really strive to do, and part of our culture, is to improve the quality of the people's lives that we work with. Now, whether that's our employees, which work for us, or our subcontractors, our vendors, but equally as important are our clients. You know, we want to improve the quality of their life by having an experience with the services that we provide.
Now, is that part of what brought you to Pete?
Yeah, what brought us to Pete and Peg was the fact that we wanted to grow, you know,
Okay.
and as a small business owner, sometimes you're doing a lot of things and wearing a lot of hats, and it's nice to have some direction and somebody to help with that guidance, and they do an incredibly great job at kind of steering the ship, so to speak.
And so, Pete, let's talk about this. Sure. They wanted to grow. They come to you. What do you tell them? I mean, it's what you get a lot of your clients in that same boat.
Oh, exactly. And really, George and Aaron have created such a great positive culture, and really that's what it's about, and it's helped them to attract great employees, and they've been able to grow through the great employees that they've attracted over the last 3 years.
Any challenges that you saw?
Well, there usually are. It's finding great people, and whether it's a carpenter or a project manager or an estimator, it's a challenge to find people at all levels that we found with our business owners.
And so let's talk about the pacing then, because these businesses often say, right, I want to grow, and maybe they think I want to grow in a year, and you say, okay, we've got to set a timeline, realistic. You know, how do you kind of pace them through these changes?
Well, we generally like people to look at it at least a 10 or 15% growth rate. Most of our companies are growing at 15 to 20%. We like to have people set a very challenging goal, but realistic. And even if you miss a challenging goal by a small amount, you've still grown rapidly.
Okay, so Aaron, let's talk about the changes then, implementing,
Sure.
having Pete kind of come in. What differences did you see happen as he started to kind of, as George mentioned, steer the ship a little bit?
Well, some of the initial things that happened right away is we decided to bring on some additional staff that would really pave the way so that we could actually grow. So that was one of the initial things, is we needed to get some help in the sales department. And once we started selling more, then we began to build up the production department as well to be able to produce everything that we were selling. So where we started was with personnel and with people. And from there, we just would set goals. We would begin to track things and set metrics to where we would be able to know if we were on track to hit those goals. And you know, Pete and Peg had their foot on top of our foot on the accelerator and wouldn't let us slow down. And as a result of that, we've been able to attract a lot of great people, building a great culture.
And what was that like for the employees that were already there? Because sometimes that can be the biggest challenge, is kind of adapting everybody to the new Cleary Company, right? We're growing, this is what's happening. Did you see any issues or challenges in that area? Certainly.
A lot of people are adverse to change, and maybe are a little bit hesitant to change. So it definitely happened, but we got together as an organization and a team and decided to what we would set those goals to be, so that everybody had a say in it and everybody was on board and everyone had buy-in.
So George, you look at Pete now and you say thank you, or you say like, I don't want to see you again? I mean, right? What do you say?
It's rarely a love-hate relationship. It's always fondness and appreciation, and like Aaron said, we deal with a lot of metrics and guidance, and it's nice to be able to open the playbook, so to speak, and see that we're running towards the right end of the field.
Absolutely.
And that we have those metrics to support that we're doing the things that we need to.
All right.
And Peg is the Cleary Company's primary coach, and she's on vacation now in Dallas. But one of the things that we do with our business owners is help them identify where the bottleneck is. And I think that Aaron hit on it, is if the bottleneck's in production, we've got to hire enough people to get that opened up. And then maybe the next bottleneck will be in sales, or it might be somewhere else, estimating. So we've got to figure out where is the bottleneck and work on that.
All right, now obviously a success. So you did it right.
Absolutely.
There you go. And if you have a company out there, you're looking to grow, you're thinking about this, call Peg and Pete, and they can even talk you through the beginning stages, see where you're going, see what's going to go on in your business. It is takeactionbusinesscoaching.com. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Robin.